loving my waves. I gotta brush these bad boys down a little bit. I haven't, yeah. Good morning. Let me turn this light on. Hey, babe. Don't you just love technology? Like, I'm telling you, like, my setup is super, get her done. My right ear is ringing right now, just like a, okay. Alright, so hey, my name is Nicole. My friends call me Coley. I am the mom and shaman. In Greensboro, North Carolina right now, and this is today's video diary. It is the 18th of May, 2023. Happy Thickum Thursday. Thursday. We're in the day where we examine our thighs and our fears. And Ooh, man. I'm telling you, last night. Okay, so last night was Wednesday. I'm in this CBA Conscious Business Accelerator course, and the name of the game right now is applying the lessons learned. Like, so being neurospicy, I know the things. I know a lot. Like, I have so much information in my freaking brain. But it gets kind of all jumbled up until I feel a need for it. Like, that is the thing. Like, you know, when you feel useless, like, it feels like you're stupid. Like, the wealth of the information that you have in your brain just does not come out or translate into stuff you do with your freaking hands because you're in a state of hopelessness that's like pinched off. I'm talking about myself, so I just say you because I'm talking to me through you and whatnot. So like, yeah, I guess I'll this time I will begin this broadcast, this recording with my general acknowledgement slash pre-apology or petition for forgiveness. I am aware that sometimes some of the things that I say or do may be offensive. So, yeah, if you're offended, you're not my fucking people. So, like, yeah, why are you still watching? Anyway, if you can't appreciate a well-placed shit fucker, damn, like, yeah. Sorry, I just want to be able to talk the way that I feel and whatnot. So, I just keeping it as a book as real as possible or whatever. I'm non-binary, and as I'm coming to stand like in that truth or whatever, it's really just kind of like setting a firm boundary, and I've been acknowledging that more and more to people, and it's been interesting aspect of my experience because I'm working on my business. I'm like minding my business, but I'm also standing firm in that because I understand that like representation matters. Like, if you just kind of and go around bashing what have you or whatever when you know that there's somebody around you that is like identifies with that, then I feel as though like you're more inclined to like watch your mouth. Because you never know how broken the heart is of the person that you're talking about that identifies with the group, and you could end up getting like this reaping the seeds of what is sown in like in their heart or whatever. So it's a very interesting mix as it pertains to conflict. And I will say, like, one cannot lead an interesting life free of conflict. And when you learn, okay, when you learn to like go for the, you know, just like be curious about the conflict and seek understanding as opposed to like judgment to take a side, then that's when like real communication and growth can happen. When you understand that everyone wants to win in whatever way winning means to them. So I will say and acknowledge that you can never beat me at anything I am doing because I am not competing with you. I am competing with the version of myself from the past that wants to maintain its presence in my presence and drag itself into my future, which will be a repetition of my past if I don't break up with my past and get committed to my future. So, what is it? CCIA is one of the alphabet soup acronyms I've learned of late, and it stands for, and this, uh, where I got it from, the CBA, was consistent, committed, imperfect action. So, just a little backstory, like back in October, I started to, of 2022, I started to like meditate more and just get more discipline about my spiritual practices. And I made the decision, thanks, praise be to the Most High, from whom all blessings flow, Father God, Mother Earth. I come to you now with an open heart and gratitude. Thank you so much for this day. Thank you for my health and strength and the health and strength of my loved ones that you've allowed to see this glorious day. Please bless this recording and the soul, beautiful soul that is watching it, the beloved one. Let them get the clearest message of information that is useful to them. Allow it to be a balm to their mind, body, and spirits to know that they can take action towards their goals. Please forgive any offense, intentional or unintentional, and clarify the energy between me and thee, for I am grateful in all things, and so it is. Well, dang, thank you. Alright, I just want to felt moved to do that. Okay, where was I? Consistent, committed, imperfect action. And my challenge has been consistency. And I think that is part of like my fear or whatever, that consistency will be boring. Because because when you're, you buy stuff from a store, eat anything out of a package, you're relatively certain that what's in that that's a whole lot of faith, honestly, that what is in that package is what is on the label. And I appreciate the aspect of like non-duplicatable results, like single batch. Today is the only May 18th, 2023 that there will ever be. There'll be another Thursday, there'll be another May 18th, but there'll never be another May 18th, 2023. So this day in and of itself is a gift, very unique. And what will we create with our thoughts today? Are we going to use this little mustard seed to get out of our way? Or we're not. Like, yeah, what are we going to do? So today, got a few things we're going through. I wanted to share this because I'm determined to learn this and then process it through my crazy brain into a song and or rap. I'm already like working on it or what have you, but this is, what is this, you might ask? I'm so glad you asked. Thank you. You're so smart. This is a translation of the Lord's Prayer that I came across online, and I've heard it a couple of times, and it's so funny. Yeah, the universe is always listening to you. I was thinking before I came across this, I was like, oh man, I really want to get that so that I can learn it, and not a day later it came across my awareness. So I'm just like, okay, thank you. The universe is listening to you and conspiring to give you the desires of your heart. And the funny thing is, you have to move within the knowing that what you want is already yours. And then, like, okay, if it's that you're kind of playing this game of filling in the blanks, if I had $1 gajillion or whatever, what would I do? And like kind of rest in that and then take actions like, okay, I would look for ways to spend it, invest it, put it into my community, all these other kind of things or whatever. So, but it's just like, if you can't think or you can't imagine yourself having whatever it is you desire and feeling good about it, or even if you feel bad about it, I guess you could still, because the emotion is the thing. The universe is listening to the emotions of that. And yesterday, at church, the minister mentioned something about like everything is like vibration, and that brought me a great deal of satisfaction because I was just like, okay, I'm like, I'm watching him grow before my very eyes. And it's interesting because he despises me, but he just despises what he thinks of me, which is an aspect of himself that he doesn't appreciate for some reason. So it's just like, yeah, I think he's amazing. And I think it's so funny that when someone looks at you in appreciation and you feel like shit about yourself, you feel judged. And when you feel good about yourself and someone looks at you, you feel good about yourself. You still feel good. You feel appreciated. So it's just like, just really kind of understanding for me, like the human perception or what have you, has just been just fun to me. Like, okay, it's helping me learn to forgive people more quickly for like the little microaggressive kind of shit or whatever that they do. And then I can still stand like in my truth and be myself. Okay, back to it. Thank you for your patience. This is the Lord's Prayer. So the one that I remember from growing up is Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive our trespasses, and forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. So that's the one that I recall, and I remember singing it or whatever. So this is the translation. So you have like the opportunity to hear both of them like in one place. Anytime I've come across one, I've never come across like them both together to hear. So if you want to back it up and listen to them both. But my right forearm is itching. That means something to somebody. So okay. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our bodies and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose that illuminate the opportunities of our present moment. For you are the ground, the truthful mission, the birth, the power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole again. And so it is. That's just okay. I appreciate like the similarities, and this is I feel this is a more vibrationally resonant, because I want to say truthful, but I feel like it's a more vibrationally resonant expression of communication, because it does not gender the creator. As someone that is non-binary, I really appreciate that. And I feel like, yes, God has no gender. God has no agenda. Jesus saves, Christ forgives, nature provides. So as we look at the world around us, and like it has become overrun with like masculine energy, rules, because every time fear is triggered, a wall goes up. Oh, I'm afraid, wall goes up. Oh, I'm afraid, wall goes up. And see, so there's so much fear that curiosity is strangled. Because as children, when you see something interesting, children have no fear. They have yet to have life experiences that teach them anything, and we don't necessarily teach them to appreciate their life experiences for the lessons that they are, so much as the fear that it triggers. Remember that last time you went down the steps too fast and you fell over? Don't go down steps anymore, kind of thing. This is the, I mean, I want to keep it real simple. This is the perspective that we tend to have as it pertains to like learning lessons. You know, as we're growing, the first 7 years of our lives is when we're programmed. So, and then kind of spend the rest of our life repeating that same programming until we come to a point at which we're like, fuck this shit, this isn't working anymore, and then you tried something else, and then lo and behold, that works better than what you were doing before, and we're kind of slowly shifting our belief systems. Or like, I feel like we've kind of gotten to the point where materialism, I had the thought the other day, y'all, we got to be careful about ascribing or connecting your sense of self-worth with anything or anyone, because things and people are temporary. We are souls that are in these meat suits that we're riding around this reality in. Like, when we're done with these, they drop off like rags, but the what's in us goes on. So, man, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, find your peace within you, because no matter where you go, there you are. And I remember a few years back, I was in counseling and I was depressed, and I was talking to my counselor about wanting to have a relationship with my older sister, Mia. Mama Mia. My Fufu Shishi, the Gravy Maker 5000. She passed away in July of 2022, and like, we're coming up to the anniversary of her transition, and like, for the past couple of months, she's been ushering in other people's like passed on ancestors, like in my readings. I'm an intuitive consultant, so I do readings. I've started to do channel messages, and I would just, okay, so yeah, there's something else I want to talk to you about. Help me remember that. Touching my nose to remind myself. So when she passed away, I got really depressed. In anticipation of her passing, I was really depressed because I felt hopeless. And I was like, well, I'm just going to do my best to be there for emotionally as I can for my twin sister and her family, and Mia's daughter, Hannah, my other niece, who's nonverbal and autistic. And I look at her and I'm convinced that she can learn. Like, she can learn to do like simple tasks in a way that it helps the household or what have you. But if someone would just take the time with her to like actually do it. But anyway, so Mia, when I was at the Culture Lounge last night in Greensboro, North Carolina, like, I invoked her and I was like, yo, my sister passed away. And, you know, can y'all just say Mama Mia for me one good time? And just hear to hear everyone say that, it made me cry. Because you're not hearing the physical, but those tears are just, I don't know, I guess it's, I don't know, shame that I couldn't get her to come out with me before, but she did. I'm like, heck, I think part of how I ended up meeting my now ex-husband was a conversation with her after I'd gone to a party and indulged myself a bit more than she was ready to see, and she was just kind of like worried about me and whatnot, because apparently I was just having a lot more fun of the mature nature, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I said my piece, and I've been like, I have words that I say, and I just kind of sit in the energy in the room, and then kind of allow those to come forth based on the things that are in my heart or what have you, or my head. Grateful to be alive, not dead. Hey now. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So, yeah, being very intentional about this grieving process. A lot of it is like stepping out both on faith and just kind of following a little bit of a hunch or whatever. Like if I call it a ping. If I get a ping on something, I might explore that a little bit. It is, I guess, what folks in the 3D call like shiny object um, syndrome or whatever. You're like squirrel. Ooh, let me go. And kind of fall down a rabbit hole or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying something. The rabbit holes. That's where the adventure is. And like yeah. So I want to encourage you to face the unknown, the things that you're scared about, scared of. Yourself, mostly. I can honestly say that I'm scared of myself because I see how powerful I am, and it's just like, use your powers for good, Coley. And it's just like, what good can I do with my powers? And you empower. At this point, I'm working to empower myself to speak life over myself, to speak life over my circumstances, to speak life over the people that are around me. Why? Because who the fuck needs a reminder of the current circumstances? Why? It's old news anyway. The right now reality is a convergence of decisions made up until this point right here. So you can choose to move forward towards your goal or just keep going in the way that you've been going and doing the things that you've been doing. Man, how's that working out for you? Hmm? I think often what scares me about taking action is that I know that the right action will get the desired result, and I am releasing the fear of responsibility. I release the fear of failure. I release the fear of judgment over myself and of other people. I aspire, praise be, to live in a state of constant appreciation and gratitude. And if I feel rude, please and thank you, allow me to be playful in my rudeness so that I can at least laugh at myself. Rule number 6. Don't take yourself too fucking serious. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be afraid to look stupid. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't be afraid. Why? 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 If you look around, just think about it for a minute. If you look around, you'll see folks doing the same shit that you're doing. Now, if you listen, you will feel folks feeling the same way that you're feeling. You know, and I was thinking last night as I'm looking around the club and like appreciating all of the people there and just being firmly grounded in my individual presence. Like, yeah, I'm here all by myself, but I'm not alone. And I don't feel lonely. I was looking forward to and anticipating a day in a quiet house because my roommate slash landlord is not here today. And I woke up and it was so quiet. So yes, my meditation time today is going to be great. I'm going for a walk in a little bit once I finish doing this. And yeah, it's 7:57 on the clock. So it's actually 8:57 Eastern time. But, so yeah, I'm going for a quick walk. And that way I can sit down by 9 to review some of the videos in the course and like review my notes and things of that nature. So yeah, I have got 7 of 10 coloring books. The binding started. I got some covers from Reconsider Goods, which is like a thrift shop that they have office supplies and whatnot, y'all. And as someone who is one traumatic event away from being a hoarder. I appreciate the ability to go somewhere and get just what I need for the idea that I have. So that way I'm not wasting a bunch of money on things that I am not going to use for a very long time. And I have like access to a great variety. I mean, a great variety of things, and I may go back and look for some clothing swatches. I'm kind of getting I desire to do something with my hands as far as like sewing on my clothes or whatever. So we'll see. Um, I do want to like see about crafting an outfit or whatever. I can crochet, and I would crochet an outfit, but like the crochet stuff on my skin just feels itchy. So, but we'll see what we can work out. Yeah, the um, that's my clothing is one of the ways that I nurture and nourish my inner child, because my inner child appreciates creativity, flowy things, and all that stuff that I was told to, that looks crazy, that looks stupid. I feel like when my children were home or when they lived with me, that I just wanted them to notice me. And I noticed them, and they seemed sometimes like not necessarily to appreciate it, because the intensity of my gaze was like, okay, my look will make you think about yourself, what you think I'm thinking about you, obviously, because like, yeah. But I would dress as wild as I possibly could to see if they would say something. And if they didn't, I would still go out in it because this is what I liked wearing or what have you. But just like, mom, come on now. Ironically enough, in acknowledging my non-binariness, I still appreciate being called mom. Because that's really more of a title than a gender identification. And I love all my godchildren. Let me tell you something. Okay, last night, and I think the thing that really just I'm crying right now, this because I'm full of gratitude. Like, get to the culture lounge last night, and I'm seeing all the people, and I'm greeting folks, and one of the photographers whose name escapes me right now, he's like deep in thought. And then when he looks over and he sees me seeing him, like, he smiles. And it was a beautiful smile of like acknowledgement, and it made me feel so good, because I was like, that's for me. That's a gift to me. To know that when somebody sees me, they appreciate me enough to smile at me. Even if I don't even know whether or not I was smiling, because I'm looking at his face or whatever. But when he saw me, he smiled, and I was just like, you know what? Thank you. You honor me with that, because you made my day. And sitting down, appreciating the energy, just sitting there, like eating my French fries. I treated myself to some French fries last night, and they were bang. Oh, man, inner child loves French fries, so yeah, a little comfort food. And I'm grateful. I'm proud of myself for like that late at night, like just eating the French fries. I tend not to eat that late. I'll eat before I go, and then whatever. So I did that, but I was still anxious. So that's where the comfort food comes into play. But like, yeah, at any rate, as I was saying, there was a young lady there, like, 'cause I go there most weeks, and I haven't like gotten on the mic in a couple of weeks, 'cause I keep like forgetting to put my name on the list. But one of the things that I forget to do when I get on the mic, because I'm so like focused on being on the mic, is forget to like shout out to everybody or what have you. They give me my introduction and whatnot, and I just come to say what it is I have to say, and like, you can find me here, and then here's your mic back, kind of thing. So I do need. I'm practicing that, but she was over sitting down dancing, and I started to look at her with appreciation, and she turned around and saw me, and we shared this big smile, and she jumped up and ran over to me and was like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey!" And if we were just caught up and whatnot, and I was just like, "Hey, yesterday, I I got seen, so that was really dope, and I'm really excited. I was feeling really good last night, and I just, man, when I tell you, like my stuff was laying. I took a picture with somebody, and I was like, damn, I look beautiful. So I was just like, okay, all right, what I'm saying? The inner glow is happening. But she was like, we do not play about you. We do not play about you, Coley. I will fight somebody over here. I'm like, well, baby, I love you so much. Remember, we choose peace. For one to be able to choose peace, one must be capable of great violence. So we know what we are capable of, and we choose peace. If we choose to not be peaceful, we can be petty and have some fun with it, though. Like, yeah. The best thing to do with your growth is to focus your energy on yourself, your own growth. Appreciate before you hate, baby. So we had a great moment there, and like, yeah, some just wonderful conversations, and yeah, made some new connections. I met someone who's working on like a musical, what have you, and he was like, "Are you interested in that?" And I was like, "Okay, that sounds cool." I didn't get a no, and I kind of got a subtle like, "What's he saying?" So just like, we'll see. We'll see what that's going to be. This is itching, so that means something as far as on the left side. All of your like body movements. I love to like watch my videos and kind of interpret my body language. So that, and there was another whose name eludes me, but we connected on Instagram. He's one of the like roadies with a band that was performing down the road that came in to like have a beer and appreciate the show for a bit and whatnot. I thought they were going to perform or sing or something. I don't know, but yeah, they had a good time. It was like 8 or 9 of them. Like, we're talking about a big like entourage. Like, when they left, it seemed like half the club left, but it wasn't the case. It was just that one group. So, but I do wish that like when people came to the open mic that they were there for like more than just themselves, like to appreciate the other performers that are there and to like connect with them and appreciate with them, because it's a really great like networking opportunity if you're open to it. And I found out about this through TikTok. I was scrolling through TikTok one day, and I was thinking about like, I would love to find something in my area to go to, and what do you know? Somebody's doing a TikTok about the Culture Lounge and their open mic, and that's how I ended up going to that, like back in December of 2022. And on the day that I went there, in my journal, the only thing that I wrote was that I'm grateful for the Culture Lounge. That was it. And I felt like that was very telling, because like nothing else in my life that day warranted making that list, but I wanted to make sure I at least put that down. So like, yeah, because there's like so much talent. It inspires me to like work on my craft and get better at it. And so like, yeah, I'm getting ready to close this one out because we're at the 33-minute mark. 33:27 is the last number that I saw, so let's read that. Share your vision. Know the help comes from the most amazing places, and everything you get and everything you don't get, because every no is an opportunity for a better yes. Now, that no that you give to someone else for the yes that you must say to you is an opportunity for you to learn whether or not you are being used. Know that the experiences that you have that may be a challenge to you do not happen as a punishment. They happen because they are meant to teach you to look into yourself, so that you know what you want for you. How you feel about a situation changes you, not the situation. So learn to look at things differently, especially your frustrations. Let the feelings be your guide to look inside. Your spirit is rising up to show you something about you that you need to heal. When the healing happens, you get to learn some tricks, develop some coping skills so you can know what to do with it. When you apply that learned lesson in a circumstance that comes back around, that's when growth happens. Every time I do this, I feel like that. So then stop doing that. Or stop feeling like that. What is your feeling associated with whatever that thing might be? Now, this is hopefully with the understanding that you're doing something good for you or someone else. Use your powers for good. Give without expectation of return. Receive in gratitude. Check your attitude. Gratitude and appreciation are high vibrations, so the longer you can stay within those. But life has ebb and flow. It'll be up and down, so sometimes you won't necessarily feel grateful. So just think grateful thoughts. Start counting your blessings and clean some shit up. Wash your ass with some cold water. That's what I'm going to do today. Have a cold shower. And that'll get the brain percolating for sure. There's just something about that contrast. It's different when you choose to take a cold shower versus having to take a cold shower based on your circumstances. I guess we'll talk about that in another video because, again, I'm getting ready to close this on out. So if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, there is a link in the description. Thank you so much for everyone who has reached out for your coloring pages, your coloring books. I'm in the process of creating some custom intuitive ones. Like they've got pages in them, but each one is absolutely different. So I'm excited about that. We'll be having those available at the Psychic Fair. That will be happening on the 20th of May 2023 at Eclectic by Nature. That is at 414 State Street in Greensboro, North Carolina. One of my favorite metaphysical shops. There are a couple of them in Greensboro, but of course because I sit for readings at Eclectic by Nature, it's my favorite one. But being out in nature to do readings is preferred for me because I get pings and intuition and whatnot from the wind and animals and things that I see around there. So but yeah, I appreciate you so much for your kind gifts, your kind comments, your emails, donations that go a long way to help me do what it is I'm here to do, which is help myself and help other people to see within so they can be the best version of them that they can see. But I see you deep into you, and the broken pieces just need some glue. With the love of Christ awareness, forgiveness is what makes life more interesting. Ooh, something's on my ear. Listen to yourself. Hey, was there something on my ear? I don't know. Okay, so fine. Thank you. Was that an ant? I don't know. Honor your ancestors, honor your mother and father. They did their best to teach you everything they could. Boo. So you can choose to forgive them for what they didn't give you because they didn't know they needed to, and give it to yourself. As you love yourself the way that you want to be loved, when love comes along, you won't push it away because it'll be in addition to and not satisfying some void. So don't avoid love. It's worth having. Life is interesting and it's so much more fulfilling when there is love in it. You have to be loved though. Love yourself, because no matter where you go, there you are, and you're worthy of the love that you give and the love that you receive. By far, if you feel like you don't, forgive them, boo, because they just don't see you. But I do. Know that you're beautiful, you're sexy, you're amazing. Your butt looks nice. Have a beautiful day or night whenever you're watching this. Love you.